Hey everyone, it's Predpool again. Welcome back. Got another review. This time I have Masterverse Teela. Now, it's being called version 2, but if you kind of think about chronologically, this is really kind of version 1, and then the other one with the different haircut is really version 2. But as far as the sequence of being released by Masterverse, I guess for conversation wise, we're calling her version 2. So moving on, I just got this figure yesterday, and definitely this is the Teela we've been waiting for as far as the Masterverse line is concerned. And this is a very impressive figure from what, when I received it yesterday. I usually don't do much about the packaging, but in this one I do want to show the artwork in the back, in which is quite amazing. And here's if you want to read up on her. This kind of goes with the Netflix show, talking about how she was upset and so forth about finding about He-Man. But definitely impressive artwork. You look on this side, here she is with the more classic look. So definitely some great art being done on the packaging with the Masterverse. So moving on to the figure, I'm gonna bring her up close. She has like kind of call back to her original classics, or like the 80s. As far as like the chest area, you notice here the sculpting is different. It had more around, larger as far as like these hooks, I'm gonna call them, cover more of her chest. But we see that this design here is throughout her armor. So if you look here on her arm brace, on her shoulders, and also on her forearms, she's got that similar design going out there also, like what I'm gonna call them hooks. So here's behind her, here we see again that similar design going up, but come more upside down. So, and then here's face sculpt. It's fairly kind of, I consider it neutral, but it's fine. I'd rather have this kind of, as far as expression, that perhaps always screaming, or always too upset or something like that. So definitely some nice work. Paint work is decent. I like it. I haven't seen anything that stands out as far as being sloppy or smudged and so forth throughout this figure. So definitely a very nicely done version of Teela. Her accessories comes for the price point, comes with decent accessories. From the box, she comes with this hand already on, which is an open. I guess it's more intended for the shield, but I kind of have the shield tends to slide off with this hand, so I'm using more of the gripping one, which then she will hold on this part here. So I'll show her later with some of the accessories on. The sword, I like this sword very much. This is a very nice sword in my opinion. Even the sword has that, what again I keep calling hooks. The design is on here on the bottom of the blade here. And then here's her handles, painted brown. And it has a nice silver on the blade. So I really like this sword. It's simple, but something about it, I just like it for it being this barbaric type of era. Going back to the hand, she can go to fisted hand for her right hand. So that is can't focus too much on this one. Let's see. There we go. So nicely done. And her second head sculpt. This one is very nice. This is the one I'm going to use on my display on my shelf. The other head sculpt, the more traditional one, this one I will use more like if I want to take pictures, with He-Man and Man-at-Arms and having more of that classic feel. I'll pop this one in and take pictures with this one. But as far as just display purposes on my shelf, it's going to be this one. I could get another Teela, but I'm fine swapping heads back and forth when I want to, depending on as far as the media that I want to do it with. So articulation on this figure is pretty much like if you have Evelyn or even the prior Teela, is pretty much standard, same. You can raise the arms pretty high. You got full rotation, no problems, no as far as stiffness or it being stuck. So definitely very well done figure. You got your swivel up here, you got double jointed elbows, and then all her hands move this way. If there's anything as far as the hands that I would have liked, is at least one of the hands to have the up and down movement for the sword, so you can like point it forward and so forth. That's the only flaw for me as far as the articulation so far. Would have been nice to have. Upper waist, no, she has underneath here. Yeah, she does have underneath here, and it rotates very nice actually. So under there she does have a joint to slide back and forth, plus the one on top. So you do the splits. This is again a rubbery material, it's not a hard plastic, so you can get these poses in. Obviously if you leave it like this the whole time on a shelf, this is going to get warped. So you know, just for brief posing purposes so that this can stay sculpted correctly. She's got upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. These are firm but not to the point where you have to, oh, I have to heat this or have to put in hot water, etc. It's just very nice as far as it's firm that you know you don't have to worry about the her flopping down. Up and down foot. She does ankle rocker. Oh, also twist at the boot. So definitely love the sculpt, the articulation on this figure. So I was able to get this Teela through an online site called Deep Discount. They had it available at the time. Right now it's showing back order as the filming of this video. I used as far as a discount code, which with shipping and taxes and everything, it all came out to $23 to have this figure in my hand. So again, definitely recommend this figure if you're into He-Man collecting, and definitely if you already started collecting Masterverse. This is a very nice figure to have in your collection. This is the version that most He-Man collectors, Master of the Universe collectors have been waiting for with the new line coming out. And it makes sense why they would release her, if you think about it as far as business wise, why they release her after the other version, because if they had released her first and then try to release the one with the different haircut, sales would probably be less for that version. So as far as business, I get it why they did this, why they released the other one then this one, because they know people wanted this one more, but they wanted a Teela, so they would have gotten the other one first if they really needed a Teela in their collection at first. Alright, so I am going to do some comparisons with this figure with some from the Masterverse line and from other lines, so you have an idea as far as, again, the size for them. Okay, the first comparison I'm going to do is going to be the two Teelas. So as you can see, there's quite a big difference between these two figures. Hairstyle, as far as what they're wearing. Their arms are, you know, as far as muscular, they're about the same, but obviously different arms, because they can see with the braces that they have on, it's different arms. But we see how the difference is between these two figures, and the heads are interchangeable. So here's my personal opinion. So I think with this figure, or this, let's say this design, let's put it that way, if the show had gone with this look, I think would have been better received. You know, obviously the people have other issues with the show, but as far as the appearance of Teela during the show, I think would have been better received if she had this look. So many may get this second version of Teela, the one that has the more original look, and pop the second head on here if they're unhappy with that shaved look, part of the hair shaved look. So this is how, again, a comparison, this is how this looks with that second head. I'm not going to put the one with the tiara on this one. I don't think it will match very well. but this definitely would have looked much better as far as character design for the show. Alright, so let's do some more comparisons. Alright, so here's the first comparison. Here we have Man-at-Arms, her dad, as far as the height wise. So this look here is just great. It just brings back as far as vintage, back in the 80s look, as far as seeing her finally with this type of outfit. Then next to her I have a custom He-Man. I used Savage He-Man's body. I put regular He-Man boots on him, and then I put Origin's head and also his armor from Origins, which I painted silver. So just to give me more of that kind of like the anniversary look that is coming out soon. But I kind of know, I'm pretty good with this version. It makes him, he's a taller He-Man, because the boots when added to it made him higher due to the sculpt that's a little different on this Savage He-Man to the regular He-Man as far as his legs are concerned. Plus he has more of that detailing, that's coming also with the anniversary one. So here's a comparison of this trio together. Okay, so now we have here Triclops and Evelyn, again from the same line. Here's a comparison now with some bad guys from that line. So she's a little bit taller than Evelyn, but definitely different sculpts being used for female bodies, so that's pretty neat. So it just makes it feel so unique when you get each character pretty much are getting different parts. Yeah, for the male bucks, yeah, still is kind of the same, but all the extra parts as far as attachment for the male bucks, just makes it feel such a different figure, even different colors and so forth. But as far as the females, I noticed that they're using quite different parts for them. Even with Andra, she has totally different parts from Evelyn, from Teela. So we're seeing that they're going a little extra mile, it seems like, with the female characters from this line. And now some comparisons with Mythic Legion's lines. So she has, I think, the potential to be, for customizers, if they get a couple of these Teelas, different paint, add some different armor parts, they can throw her into Mythic Legions, I believe. I think it will, the potential for that also. For those who are also into that line, they can use this Teela possibly to throw into their collection for Mythic Legions. And one last comparison. Here we have McFarlane Grog and Thundercats Mutant Monkeyan. There's some Screaming Gorillas to have next to her here. So again, you can also mix and match if you want somehow, different lines, but again, it's just for comparison as far as how she would fit in. I have Monkey, and he's crouching a little bit, so it's not a true height comparison for him and her, but just again, it's just for looks, just to see how it looks together. Alright, so overall, again, highly recommend this figure. Here I have 2 extra Teelas that I have purchased from Target. They had her on sale for, like, with taxes and everything, close to $7. So I bought 2 of them, and kind of making bodyguards, or just part of Teela's personal guard that she utilizes to attack whatever. So again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I want to be keeping for display her without the tiara, with the long hair, and I think with these 3 together, that's how I'm going to display them. So definitely, again, pick her up if you find her. She's a great figure, highly recommend her, and again, you can't go wrong for the price for getting this, especially if you're trying to get a classics version of Teela, which the prices are so high now. This is definitely an excellent alternative as far as if you're unable to get a classics version. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this was helpful in any way as far as deciding whether you want to get this figure or not. Again, hope also give you some ideas of things you can do. So hopefully I'll see you soon in another video for another review that I may do. So alright, everybody be careful and enjoy collecting. I'll see you guys next time.